Do you know the number one female turn on of all time? No, it's not confidence. It's not charm, game, or making her laugh. And it's not about being 6 feet tall, rich, handsome, or what you're packing in your pants either. Sure, those things help, but there's one thing women want even more. One thing you can do to turn a girl on and make her chase you, even if you're with guys who are taller and better looking than you. It's totally safe and doesn't require you to do anything cringy or awkward. All you have to do is say what I tell you to say at the right time and in the right way, and she'll start flirting with you, touching you, and making it painfully obvious she wants you. And you'll do this without hitting on her, buying her drinks, or trying to impress her in any way whatsoever. I've used this secret female turn on to sleep with over 350 women and counting, from conservative church girls and girl next door types to big titty goth chicks, Instagram models, and even a well known adult film star whose name I won't mention here to protect her privacy. My name is Andrew Ryan. You've probably never heard of me, but according to the 25,000 plus guys who have crammed money into my pockets to teach them this secret, I am the people's champ for men in the dating game. I'm 5'9" with a beer belly and a bald spot, but at 36 years old, I get more ass than all of the tall, handsome, Giga Chad athletes you went to school with combined. And no, I'm not rich, and I don't have abs or a big dick. What I do have is big dick energy, thanks to this little known female attraction secret I'll teach you in just a few minutes. All you have to do is slip a few innocent words into normal, everyday conversation, and within about 7 seconds, she'll start giving you those big, helpless, fuck me eyes. Now, I know you might think that's impossible unless you're rich, famous, or extremely handsome, and normally you'd be right. But money and looks are surface level traits, and this secret works below the surface, on an emotional level, which means she'll think dragging you into the bathroom for a quickie was her idea. Every woman's brain is literally hardwired to respond to this simple trick, and that's why it's so controversial. In fact, I might get canceled just for talking about this, which is a shame, because I love and respect women, and I'm guessing you do too. But the truth is, men and women are different. We get turned on in different ways, and in this short video, I'm going to open your eyes to some very big lies you've been told about women, dating, and sex, and show you the truth about what really turns a girl on and makes her chase you. But first, let's just be brutally honest with each other. You're watching this video for one reason, because the girls you want to fuck don't want to fuck you. And if you want that to change, it's now or never. You and I both know if you click away from this video and submit to the mindless distraction of YouTube and social media and whatever else you've got going on in your browser, you won't come back again later. And sometime in the near future, you're going to be face to face with a beautiful girl, and all you'll know how to do is make boring small talk until she gets tired of you and leaves. And you'll be kicking yourself for not having the small amount of self-discipline to just finish this video and discover the secret that could have made her want you. Still here? Good. That means you are the kind of guy I want to help. And I'm sharing this secret with you because no one ever helped me. Before I knew this, I was sexually invisible to women. My tall and handsome friends always used to tell me, bro, it's easy, just make eye contact and say hi. Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to make eye contact when women don't even notice you exist. Whenever I talked to a hot girl, it always felt like she wanted to leave. Some girls were polite, but clearly only saw me as a friend. Others acted bitchy as soon as I said hi, and I would have done anything to make just one of those girls see me as a guy they wanted to sleep with instead of a friend they felt sorry for or a creep they wanted to get away from. I tried everything to make myself more attractive. I bought some new clothes, I joined a gym, I read No More Mr. Nice Guy and The Game, I read every men's magazine and watched every YouTube video from every dating coach and pickup artist I could find. I even tried the 5 love languages and asked the universe to magically manifest a girl into my life, but none of that shit ever worked for me. I almost gave up on women entirely. Then, one night, when I was least expecting it, the answer came walking right up to me in the form of 3 smoking hot college girls in tank tops and booty shorts.
You're hot. Can my friends have a turn with you too?
My jaw dropped to the floor. Could it really be this easy? I was standing in a crowded bar with dozens of drunk people swirling around me when suddenly, as if drawn by some invisible magnet, 3 smoking hot college girls walked up and started grabbing my shirt. My friends stared in envy as these gorgeous girls fought for my attention, rubbed their hands all over me, and did everything in their power to impress me, turn me on, and practically forced me to take their phone numbers, and they loved every second of it. Okay. Hold up. How did this happen? I already told you, I'm awkward, introverted, and I suck at bars, so why were these girls chasing me so hard? Let's rewind about 6 or 7 beers. See if you can spot what happened. I started my night the same way I always did, getting shit-faced with my buddies so I wouldn't feel so awkward around girls. It wasn't working. To be honest, it never did. It just made me feel bad about myself, and I would usually stumble home drunk, feeling worthless and alone. However, tonight was going to end much better for me because tonight I happened to be wearing a plain white t-shirt. And after a couple drinks, my friend thought it would be funny to get a marker and start drawing all over it. Well, soon enough, a random drunk girl came over and wrote something on my shirt too. And you know what she wrote? Her name and phone number. She was pretty drunk, so I didn't take it too seriously, but a few minutes later, I felt a tap on my shoulder. It was a different girl, this thick Asian chick in a tight white tank top that hugged her every curve. She wanted to write her name and number on me too. Then 2 tomboy twins in Daisy Duke shorts came over. Then some big booty bachelorettes, and the more these girls gathered around me, the more I noticed other girls giving me the eye from across the room. The female attention kept snowballing more and more until finally those 3 college girls came over and started grabbing my shirt and flirting with me like crazy. "You're hot," said the blonde. "Can we have a turn too?" And as I stood there in the middle of that bar, surrounded by beautiful women, touching me, flirting with me, eagerly writing down their names and numbers, suddenly a little light bulb flicked on in my mind, and I finally started to understand the #1 female turn on, the reason why this was happening, why these girls were chasing me so hard. Have you figured it out yet? You might think this whole white t-shirt thing was nothing but a silly gimmick, and I thought so too, but here's where it gets really interesting. Every one of these girls stuck around to chat with me for hours, and all I did was stand there making normal conversation. You know, what do you do for work type of stuff. The kind of conversation everyone says is boring and unattractive, and yet they loved me. They flirted with me, they laughed at my corny dad jokes, they asked me tons of questions and genuinely tried to get to know me. They even interrupted each other to grab my attention, competing with their best friends just to look a little more attractive in my eyes, like I was a prize they were trying to win, even though I wasn't doing anything, just standing there and being myself. Have you started to see it yet? The real reason these girls liked me so much? I remember when it finally clicked for me. It was like a veil had been lifted from my eyes and I could finally see the code behind the matrix. These women didn't care that I wasn't 6 feet tall, alpha, and making them laugh. And they didn't care about any of the other guys trying to hit on them either. They only cared about one thing. Other girls seemed to like me, so they liked me too. Instantly, automatically, without even thinking about it. It was never really about me at all. It was about the female competition for me. I woke up the next morning with that Asian chick from the bar snuggled up in my arms, naked. My mind was blown. I never got girls as hot as her before. On my own, I'm probably a 5 to most girls, maybe a 6 with a fresh fit and a new haircut, but last night I was easily a 9, maybe even a 10, all because of a little female competition. From that moment on, all I could think was, how can I make this happen again? How can I use female competition to make girls chase me like that anytime I wanted? I already knew about social proof, how women care a lot about other women's opinions. And people always used to tell me that women want what they can't have. But how could this actually help me? How could I turn this into something I could use? I was obsessed. And when I get obsessed about something, I can't stop until I find answers. So I read No More Mr. Nice Guy and The Game. I listened to pickup podcasts. I went through every men's magazine and YouTube video I could find. But no one out there was talking about this. It was all just sleazy pickup tactics to trick women into thinking you're alpha, or lame dating advice like be an active listener and approach her her in 3 seconds. And my personal favorite, just go for it. The worst that can happen is she says no. It was really hard to find anyone who actually gets what it's like to be a single guy right now, and I was almost ready to give up. Then, one day at work, I found an article from famous neuroscientist John Maynard proving